Welcome back to Inside RMCF, your go-to source for all things Real Madrid. I'm LJ, and today we're previewing the upcoming clash between Los Blancos and Real Sociedad. We'll be diving into the numbers and key insights, and see why Madrid might just have the edge in this one. Carlo Ancelotti has addressed the media in his pre-match press conference. A lot was discussed, from key injuries to player form, and the pressure Los Blancos are under after a mixed start to the season. First up, it looks like Real Madrid will be without two of their midfield anchors Jude Bellingham and Aurelien Tchouameni. Reports from Jose Luis Sanchez confirm that both players are ruled out for the trip to San Sebastian. Jude Bellingham, who has been sidelined with a foot injury since last month, showed positive signs after participating in training recently. There was hope that he'd make the squad for this weekend's fixture. But it turns out that the 21-year-old missed today's final training session, meaning he's unlikely to feature. Moving on to Aurelien Tchouameni, the Frenchman was another hopeful case after pulling out of international duty with an injury. He did return to light training this week, but it appears that he's still dealing with some discomfort. Like Bellingham, Tchouameni was also absent from today's session, confirming his unavailability for the Sociedad game. We're backing Real Madrid to come out on top when they face Real Sociedad this weekend. Why? The form, head-to-head results, and stats are all pointing toward a Madrid win. The odds on a full-time result are 1.67, appealing for a team in such fine form. Recent results: Sociedad's last game was a goalless draw against Getafe. Despite having 47% possession, they couldn't manage a single shot on target. Meanwhile, Madrid took care of business against Betis, winning 2-0 at the Bernabeu. They dominated possession with 60%, and Kylian Mbappé, no surprise here, netted twice. The man's in sensational form. Head-to-head, let's not forget, Real Madrid have beaten Sociedad in their last two encounters. The most recent, a 2-1 victory at the Bernabeu, was followed by a hard-fought 1-0 win at Real Arena. Over the last 10 matches between these two sides, Madrid have won 5, Sociedad only 2, with the remaining 3 ending in draws. Now, onto the form guide. Sociedad are struggling. In their last 10 La Liga games, they've only managed 4 wins, 5 losses, and a draw. They're averaging less than a goal per game, 0.8 from 8.9 attempts. While they're decent in possession with 53.4%, their inability to consistently find the back of the net could be a real problem against a defense like Madrid's. Alex Romero has done well to keep 5 clean sheets, but can he keep out Madrid's firepower? On the other hand, Real Madrid have been a force to be reckoned with. Unbeaten in their last 10 league games, with 6 wins and 4 draws, they're averaging 2.4 goals per match from 15.9 attempts. Carlo Ancelotti's side dominates the ball with 60.7% possession and 601.9 passes per game. Defensively, they've conceded just 0.6 goals on average, with 7 clean sheets in their last 10 matches. Key players: for Sociedad, Brahim Mendes is their top scorer with just 2 goals. Takefusa Kubo and Mikel Oyarzabal will need to step up if they're to trouble Madrid. Meanwhile, Madrid are flying high with Arda Güler, Brahim Diaz and Vinicius Jr. Keep your eyes on Brahim Diaz, he's been in scintillating form. And let's not forget the formidable Kylian Mbappé, fresh off his brace against Betis, who will likely be Sociedad's biggest headache. Predicted lineup: Madrid's predicted lineup could see Courtois in goal, Carvajal, Rodrygo, Militao, and Mendy across the back. In midfield, Arda Güler, Valverde, and Luka Modric should provide the stability, with the electric front 3 of Rodrygo, Mbappé, and Vinicius Jr. leading the charge. As for Sociedad, their expected starting she might include Alex Romero between the posts, with a defense of Eritz Elizondo, Igor Zubeldia, and John Pacheco. Key midfielders like Takefusa Kubo and Martin Zubimendi will need to have standout performances. The stats are clear. Madrid have won 13 of their last 20 games and 6 of their last 10. Sociedad, on the other hand, have lost 6 of their last 10 at home and are struggling for consistency. The Basque side has also lost their last 3 home games. Madrid have momentum, recent success in this fixture, and the better squad depth. It's hard to look past Real Madrid in this one. The odds of 1.67 for a win reflect their dominance, and while Sociedad will be tough opposition, Madrid's form, star power, and overall balance should see them through. Now to Carlo Ancelotti's pre-match press conference. Ancelotti began by acknowledging the tough road ahead, saying La Real are complicated and difficult. He emphasized that Madrid will need to hit the ground running as they face a demanding schedule with both La Liga and the Champions League on the horizon. Madrid have already dropped 4 points from their first 4 matches, which puts added pressure to avoid further slip-ups, especially with Barcelona setting the pace early in the season. One of the main talking points was the absence of key players, with Jude, Bellingham and Aurelien Tchouameni both ruled out for this weekend's game. Ancelotti confirmed that both midfielders haven't recovered in time, but hinted they could return in time for Tuesday's Champions League opener. This leaves Madrid incredibly thin in the midfield department, as Eduardo Camavinga and Dani Ceballos also remain sidelined. With just to fit central midfielders Luka Modric and Fede Valverde available, Ancelotti mentioned his options of either Brahim Diaz or Arda Güler to complete the midfield trio. He even left the door open to a possible system change, although Güler, who Ancelotti praised for his potential, isn't expected to start just yet. Ancelotti was quick to defend Vinicius Jr., who's come under fire recently for his performances with both Real Madrid and the Brazil national team. He acknowledged that Vinicius isn't at his best, but stressed that he remains a vital player for the team and dismissed any rumors about off-field distractions, including a potential offer from Saudi Arabia. Kylian Mbappé was also mentioned in the context of international struggles, but like Vinicius, Ancelotti isn't worried. He pointed out that both players started their seasons late, on August 9th, without a proper preseason, and that their form will naturally improve as they regain full fitness. Another key player, Rodrygo, expressed frustration during the international break over not being nominated for the Ballon d'Or, something Ancelotti agreed with. The manager acknowledged that Rodrygo deserved recognition for his crucial contributions, particularly in the Champions League. Ancelotti also touched on Rodrygo's versatility, calling it a strength rather than a burden. Even though the player sometimes feels like he's used as a wild card, Ancelotti was clear that Rodrygo's importance to the team is equal to that of Vinicius and Mbappé, suggesting there's no jealousy or tension between the club's star attackers. Squad rotation and fatigue management. With 7 games coming up in the next 23 days, Ancelotti expressed some frustration with the fixture congestion, especially given the current injury situation. He emphasized the importance of managing fatigue and avoiding further injuries, recalling the struggles from last season when the squad had to cope with numerous fitness setbacks. The Brazilian contingent, including Vinicius and Rodrygo, is being closely monitored, as they've had less time to rest and recover following their international duties. To close the press conference, Ancelotti heaped praise on Fede Valverde, calling him a spectacular player who's becoming a more influential figure both on the pitch and in the dressing room. With key leaders like Toni Kroos and Nacho absent, Valverde is stepping up in responsibility, and Ancelotti couldn't be happier with his progress. So, as Real Madrid head into a critical period with mounting pressure and a packed schedule, it's clear Ancelotti will need to lean on his squad's depth, flexibility, and resilience. That's all for now on Inside RMCF. Stay tuned for further updates and, of course, post-match analysis after what promises to be a testing fixture for Madrid this weekend. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Until next time, keep the faith and, as always, Hala Madrid.